Hello everyone, it's Susan here. In today's video, I'm going to work on my February block for the hashtag Roxy's Journal of Stitchery. And what I've done is on the bottom here, I did add more yellow flowers and I put a little bit of this eyelash trim behind it, but I'm not ready to sew that just yet. What I wanted to do first is, I think in the middle of these roses, what I would like to do is, let me see if I can pull this through. Ooh, I don't know if I'm going to be able to. All right, so this is not going to work. I cannot get this through because it's just, I think it's just too, oh, there it goes. Okay. Oh, except I have a whole bunch more of these to do. So I don't know. Okay, so what I wanted to do in the middle of the roses is just do a little, oh, that was easier. A little French knot, just like that. You know, I'm going to take this off because it's not really pinned down quite right. Look at how pretty. Oh my gosh, let me zoom in a tad. That's perfect. And what I'm going to do is, so let's see. I think I'm just going to do this, and I know it kind of wastes a little bit of the ribbon. So I didn't even say that I'm using ribbon to sew with. And yeah, I actually got this ribbon from the same shop from Poland as I got this stuff. So Etsy shop, that is. So let's see. And I want to use both of the colors. So I want to use this yellow, and I do want to use this orange because I thought that the orange looked good with that color up there. So this was the first thing I wanted to add. So again, for the Roxy Journal of Journal of Stitchery project, so they meaning Rachel and Sarah, and I have their YouTube links below. They give 2 prompts per month. And so this is our second month. So in case somebody doesn't know that's on here, you know, somebody's new to my channel. And so the prompts, let's see. The prompts for February were fancy flowers and neutrals. So now I admit that this is not necessarily a neutral. You know, so it could be, I don't know. Like, to me, a neutral is more like, where's my scissor? Is more like, you know, the beiges and off-whites and that kind of stuff. To me, that's more of a neutral. But I wanted to have some sort of color on here, so that's why I ended up pulling in the yellow. And I thought that this was, you know, pale enough to where I would consider that a neutral. That is not a bright color, right? So I was happy pulling that in. But then when I added, you know, this piece up here, which is absolutely gorgeous, then I'm like, okay, so now I have this other color that, you know, I can bring into this project. And yeah, so now I'm adding some of this, I don't know, is it kind of like an orangish kind of color? But it's a, I don't know, it's not bright, so that I like about it. It's not like super like a bright color. It is a more subdued color. Oh, okay, I know this works. There we go. All right. So 1, 2, back in. Oops. I don't want to pull it through that. Oh. I think because of going through the flower and the fact that this needle is fairly large, yeah. Yep. All right, so this is now kind of sticking out here. I'm just going to kind of pull that under there. Oh, look at how cute that is. Oh, that is like perfect. That's exactly what I was looking for. Now, somebody on my channel did mention, you know, flat back pearls would be super pretty in here. And I agree, it would be super pretty, but you know, I don't know, I didn't really have, I mean, I have some flat back pearls, but you know, I would have to glue them in, and I don't want to glue. I mean, there's definitely, you know, maybe I could have found, wait 1 second, I'm kind of getting a little messed up here. Wait, I don't want to go through this ribbon on the back side. So I'm trying to bypass that yellow right there. I have no idea if that needle is in the right spot. I have no idea. We'll see. I guess we're gonna see. So yeah, so I don't know. Then, you know, I was thinking about doing buttons, which would also be pretty. Even a bead would be pretty, right? Oh, come on. All right, sorry. I have to get this through. I have one more to do after this. One more. Yeah, something's not working here. I'm gonna come back out and kind of do this one again, because something's not working there. So let me kind of undo all of this, and let's do it again. Because I really like the look. You know, I don't normally struggle with things. Like, normally I'd say, oh, forget it. And I wouldn't even be doing this. But I love the look of it so much. I think it's worth the struggle. So 1, 2, go down. See, I'm going to go through that yellow again. I don't want to do that. Let me move that over. And hopefully this will just come through. If anybody has a tip on how to make that not so hard, like knot, N-O-T, not K-N-O-T, not so hard, please let me know, because that was a rough one. All right, I'm gonna do one more over here, even though this flower is kind of like only a half of a flower or 3/4 of a flower. I'm gonna still do it. You know, and these flowers, so the rose, it comes on a like a mesh piece, like they're all together. They're not individual flowers. So I think that also, like, I have to go through that as well. You know, and I think part of the issue might be if I twist this ribbon too much. Did I just do 1 or 2? 1, 2. It's okay if this one's a little smaller, because it's on a, So on a half of a flower. Okay, you know what? I did it. That was rough. That was definitely rough, but I did it. Wow. Okay. So all I'm gonna do is I'm just kind of come in and tie a knot like that. And that's good. Okay, did it. Whew. Rough, rough, rough for sure. That was not easy, but it's super duper 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 pretty. Okay, so now let's see. So I do, like, I even have this piece of rickrack. That kind of looks pretty there too. Oh, so I have that. I have that. Let me move this up a little bit. So I have that. Or I'm kind of liking that now. Or I have this. You know what? Yep, I like this. It just kind of, the whole color scheme, it just kind of goes with it, right? And I was going to put some eyelash trim under those flowers, but can I still do it with that? Yeah, why not? Right? Why not? All right, let me get a couple pins in here, and I'll go ahead and get this down. So it's going to be interesting trying to sew not only the rickrack but the eyelash trim at the same time. All right, so I like that. That looks good. It looks a little slanted to me. Let me pull this side down a little bit. Okay, let me try that. You know, and as I sew it, I think it's going to move around a little bit anyway. Let me do this differently because I'm not able to sew it when that's there. Okay, I just need it to hold right there just for a minute, just so I can get that going. Okay, so now let's see. I have this beautiful, the same color floss, and I think that that's what I will use here. So as I do this, I have to make sure that I also get that eyelash trim. So I think all I'm gonna do is like every how do I explain this? So like every you know, it's a chevron, right? So every angle that goes up like that, I'm going to stitch. I'm not going to stitch the one that comes down. I don't think that I need to. I don't need to do that many stitches on this. And I can pull this out now, the pin. And yep. This is like exactly the same color. Now what I'm noticing as I'm stitching, of course I'm actually pulling the eyelash trim through. So I just want to be careful about that. And then I think for this video, well, I'll tell you what my plans are. I do want to do a little bit more stitching on the flower in the middle, and I think I know exactly what I'm going to do on that. And I have this beautiful corrugated, is that the name of it? Oh, that's not it. The yarn that that has the different colors, the hand-dyed yarn. So I know I'm going to be using that. Corrugated? No, that's cardboard. What's the word? I'm forgetting it. Where the color changes on the piece of yarn. I'll think of it. I will think of it. So the bottom of this, once I get this on here, the bottom of this I will consider done. Now I was originally thinking of doing some of the Lazy Daisy stitches in these, in this, the base fabric, that the eyelet fabric. Let me remove this so I can, but I'm not going to do that, and I'll tell you why. Because when this doily is down, it, you know, down, right, like that, you can only actually see one whole flower on this whole thing. There's only one that you can actually see. So I'm like, well, I think that that would look kind of funky if I, you know, sewed the Lazy Daisy there to bring attention to it when there's only one. so, so I decided not to do that. But I do want to focus in the middle of the flower, the big flower in the middle here, and then also do something else to the top flower, and or add something to get a little bit more, maybe more color up there. I'm not sure, but I'm almost done with this. Hopefully I sewed on the eyelash trim. I hope. I don't know for sure. I think I did. It's hard to tell. It's hard to tell. And I'm not going to like pull it or anything, because I'll wreck it. Because, you know, it's hard working with eyelash trim because, well, you know, it's very delicate. Not much to it. All right. That's done. Awesomeness. So let me go ahead and do my knot. Oops. Oopsie daisy. And so then we'll look at the bottom, and I think that that is done. Okay, so this, I actually want the eyelash trim above that, like that. So I don't want to pull on it hard or anything. I just want to get the eyelash trim out, and it looks nice and wild. I like that, right? That looks pretty to me. And it looks neutral, even though it's a darker, like more orangey color. I think that that looks pretty. Okay, so what I know I want to do in here is do the pistol stitch on the middle area there, and probably restitch the stitches that are already on here. Right, I'm not going to stitch around it. That would be, I don't know that I could do that and do it well, so I'm not even going to try. But I will, you know, add to the middle, and I don't know if I'll add to that green or not. I don't know. We'll see. And then up top here, you know, I love it the way that it is, and I just might leave it. Like, because if I added even these flowers, no, it's too much. It's too much. I'm kind of feeling like this has to be more of a simple type page, and I'm okay with that. Like, I love the bottom. I think it's perfect. If I add just a little bit in the middle here, perfect. And then up here, I will do something. I still have not decided what to do there, but I think that that's going to be it. So one more video for the February block, which will be next Wednesday. So come back next Wednesday and we'll finish this up, and then that'll be this, you know, will be done. And let's see, and then the next Wednesday will be the first Wednesday in March, right? So next Wednesday we'll come back and we'll finish this up, which is going to be March 2nd. So this video goes live February 23rd. Then the next video, you know what? Yes, then the next video, I'll do the middle and finish up top. And then that's where, that March 2nd, that's where Sarah and Rachel will share the prompts for March. So it works out perfectly. So after this video today that you're watching right now, I'll be back Wednesday. We'll finish up February, and then I'll start my March block. So I'm like a week later than Sarah and Rachel are with my videos. And that's it. I hope you like it. I think it's super pretty. Let me know what you think. All right, everybody. God bless. Bye-bye.